Man, headlining Magoo's. And if my parents could see where I ended up, they'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. No, I am an adult orphan. Both my parents are dead. Yeah, it's not fun. I'm thinking a lot about my dad recently. My dad died when I was 8, and when I was little, my dad used to buy me this little candy. It's like a little Arabic candy. It's a tea cookie, stuffed with marshmallows, and they'd be covered in chocolates that was shaped like a human skull. And the name of the candy was Ras al-Abid, which is Arabic for the black guy's head. It gets worse, don't worry. It's also Arabic for the slave's head. Because in Arabic, the word we use for black guys and the word we use for servants is the same word. I was not at the meeting where that was decided. Do not get mad at me. That's what we are. But I was looking into this candy, and apparently in the U.S. they're called Malabars. Has anybody had a Malabar?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I was both relieved and horrified to find out that they're pretty much called something racist in every country. I cannot say what they're called in Germany or Belgium. Otherwise, Mark will probably kick my ass outside. So basically, in Germany, it's 2 words. The first word is the word that I can't say that you all know what I'm thinking of. And the other word is titties. So hypothetically, you could, if you have the N-word pass, go to Belgium and order some N-word titties. So yeah, Arabs, we have our problems with racism, we can't deny that, but Europe, you guys are still the undisputed champion of slurs. I hope you know that, right? Yeah, I have been thinking a lot about my dad recently. I found a picture of him from when he was my age, and I found out that my dad was way better looking than me. Yeah, which is not fair, because he had an arranged marriage. You didn't have to try at all. You never had to sign up for a dating app or pretend to care about astrology. They just said, hey, this is Samia, she's going to be your wife. Go pursue the American dream. And they did. They gave birth to a comedian with a heart defect. That was their American dream. But my dad immigrated here when he was 26. Now, I'm 28, and I don't know if I could ever do anything as brave as my dad did by immigrating to another country, because I still get panic attacks on the highway. My dad moved to a whole new country, only kind of knew English, didn't have a job lined up. He just said, we're going to make a go of it in a new place, and whatever happens is God's will. When I was 21, I accidentally merged onto I-294 for the first time. I had to pull over the side of the road because I was having a full-on panic attack. I was crying, I was hyperventilating. I reached for my inhaler before I remembered I don't have an inhaler. I was on the clock as brave as my dad. Whatever happens is God's will. Yeah, I have to go to the city a lot for comedy, and I don't city drive. There are so many things I would rather do than parallel park. I will happily ruin my comedy career before I learn to parallel park downtown. So if I have to do a show in the city, I will always take a lift. I love taking lifts because you meet interesting characters taking lifts. My favorite Lyft driver I ever had, his name was Terrence. Terrence was a 63-year-old retired Marine who, like me, was also a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. Now, look, call me crazy, but I think conspiracy theories sound much better coming from old black guys. Because let's be real, there's two reasons people become conspiracy theorists. Either A, they've lived through some shit and they feel like the system has screwed them over, or it's guys like me who need something to blame their shortcomings on. Because look, I love a good conspiracy theory, but I am far too privileged to be complaining about the system, okay? I became a homeowner at 25. I'll do you one better. I became a homeowner at 25 by inheritance. Yeah. So I am the system, okay? Yeah. Everyone else, you, how old are you? 24, fellow Gen Zer, nice. You, if you want to become a homeowner, bro, you're going to have to work hard, you're going to have to make good financial choices. Me, I just waited for my parents' horrible genetics to catch up to them. And it did not take long. I could have waited another 10, 15 years to get my parents' house, but hey, we plan, and then God plans, and God is a better planner than we are. Anyways, back to Terrence. Terrence drove me home from a doctor's appointment in October of 2022. We were stuck on I-55 for 90 minutes, and buddy, we covered all the conspiracy theories, okay? We covered hidden messages and money. We covered the Clinton kill list. And this was 2022, so of course we covered the vaccine. This dude talks so much about vaccines that I was against the vaccine. And I had just taken it right before he made it. I was at home Googling, how do you undo the vaccine? It turns out you can't do that. So now I'm just going to die in my 40s of AIDS, cancer, or whatever the vaccine gives you. But anyways, at one point, Terrence and I, we were talking about genetically modified foods. And he looks at me in the rearview mirror and he goes, "Let me tell you something, young blood. When I was your age, apples ain't used to be that big." Apples ain't used to be that big. And they used to smell like something, but they don't smell like anything else. I was like, I don't know, I would disagree with the premise that apples don't smell like anything, but you are missing so many teeth, Terrence. I will take your word for it. At one point, towards the end of the ride, he looks at me and he goes, "So you're Latino, right?" I was like, "Nah, I'm Arab guy." He goes, "I should have been able to tell from the eyebrow." You say brow singular, motherfucker? How dare you? He goes, "Well, let me tell you something. Blacks, the Arabs, you and I, we in the same boat. The white man don't like you neither." It's like, I know the white man don't like me. I'm Palestinian. You think I don't know that the white man don't like me? But I wanted to hear his opinion on why the black man don't like me. Or sorry, the white man don't like me. He goes, "White man would take one look at your eyebrows and wouldn't trust you for shit." I'm like, what is your fixation with my eyebrows? Anyways, 5 stars, $11 tip. But no, I am on the dating apps, unfortunately, the Muslim ones, which extra unfortunately. My My drink of choice has got me blocked twice on Sadems, which used to be called Minder. Clever name, right? Swipe right on this one girl, and she said that the key to her heart was boba. So I was like, if I took you on a boba date, what would you get? And she goes, you first. Okay. Pomegranate green tea with sour apple boba. And she goes, that sounds really sour. I'm like, yeah, I like sour flavors. And then she blocked me. I don't know what she drinks, probably some brown sugar tapioca bullshit. I don't know. I don't know what women get at boba shops. The next girl, I swiped right on her. She said the key to her heart was caffeine. Now, the key to my heart is the 4 heart medications that I'm on. That I took right before Obi bought me up, because when you're a comedian, beta blockers are a performance enhancing drug. But yeah, no, I asked this girl, I was like, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink caffeine. Would that be a deal breaker for you? And she said, nothing. She blocked me too. So one day meet a woman who likes pomegranate green tea with sour apple boba as much as I do. Whatever happens is God's will. Yeah. You can tell I am not exactly skinny. I do go to the gym. I know you can't tell, but I do go to the gym. And after my mom died, I lost 30 pounds. Never been heckled by an airplane before that too. I lost 30 pounds after my mom died, and I gained it back because life got good again. You ever been just so soul-crushingly depressed? You're like, I think I'm gonna start eating right and going to the gym every day. Gonna start taking care of. Nope, just me. Okay. But yeah, no, I did. I put the weight back on because look, my parents raised me pretty conservatively, so I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. My drug of choice has always been fried foods and candy. The amount of fried foods in this room is triggering me right now. Food's the worst thing to be addicted to because it's the only addiction that if you beat it, you die. You have to eat. And also, nobody respects you if you're addicted to food. If I was addicted to heroin, you guys would at least feel sorry for me. You're a warrior, you got this, I'm gonna pray for you. But if I tell you I'm addicted to White Castle, they're just like, stop driving to White Castle. How hard is that? It's really hard. But anyways, I started seeing a personal trainer to help me lose weight. My personal trainer, his name was Nate. He was this retired Marine guy. Real intense guy. He's like, all right, so the key to staying motivated is you got to find out what your why is. And don't say I want to look good. Don't say I want to feel good. We all want those things. Why do you want to look good? Why do you want to feel good? Well, my dad was a virgin until he was 30, and I would very much like to beat that record. 16 months to go, I think we can do it. But anyways, he's like, all right, something I want you to do, I want you to find something that motivates you, like an object, bless your heart, and I want you to bring it to the gym with you to motivate you. So I bought that picture of my dad from when he was my age, and now I'm on the treadmill running every day, make me look like Saint Malik, god damn it. We'll get there. But my vice is eating. If I could get my eating under control, I'd be in great shape. So I was Googling how to overcome binge eating. And I'm not bullshitting you, the first thing that comes up when you Google that is the number for the suicide hotline. Which for the comedians in the room is 988. Which it's fucked up that I'm trying to get my eating under control, and even Google wants to bully me about my weight. I was like, how do I eat less? And they're like, maybe kill yourself, you fat piece of shit. Want to lose 30 pounds? Here's a rope and a chair. You can lose 190 right now. You're not going to do it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I still haven't mentally recovered, not only from my parents dying, but also from finding out that Stephen Hawking took a trip to Epstein's Island. You guys remember that shit? Yeah, they've been edging us with that list for like 5 years. And they're like, major drop coming Friday. Who's going to be the big name on it? It's going to be Trump, it's going to be Clinton. It was fucking Stephen Hawking. And that was 2 years ago. That's how long they've been playing with our heads. But now that 2 years has passed, has enough time passed that we can admit, and I'm not defending Jeffrey Epstein here, but like, can we admit that it was kind of nice of him to not only invite Stephen Hawking to his fuck island, but to make it wheelchair accessible? That was very progressive of him, because a lot of places struggle. Yeah, a lot of places struggle with wheelchair accessibility. Epstein's Island is evidently not one of those places. What do you guess? I was a senior in college when that news came out, and I was taking a class on the history of Disney. And I read this really sad article by a Stanford professor. His name's Kevin Mintz. He's wheelchair bound with cerebral palsy, and he wrote about how he was a Disney kid growing up, and he could never enjoy going to Disney World, because historically Disney kind of sucks at wheelchair accessibility. Yeah. And when I read that, my first thought was, how is Jeffrey Epstein doing a better job than the Disney Corporation on the issue of disability access? Because like Disney is this multi-billion-dollar corporation that like talks the talk about how inclusive they are. Jeffrey Epstein walked the walk for a dude who couldn't walk, and I feel like, again, I feel like he deserves some credit for that, right? Like, okay, stay with me here, but can we all agree that even the worst human beings on the planet have a saving grace? We believe that? You know, like George Bush was a great painter. Hitler was a great painter. And Jeffrey Epstein was apparently the Make-A-Wish Foundation for disabled pedophiles. Because, you know, like, Stephen Hawking had a Make-A-Wish. He was like, I want to go to a sex island and I want to watch a bunch of naked midgets, I don't know, solve the quadratic formula or something. And Jeffrey Epstein, being the John Cena of paralyzed kid fuckers, he made that dream happen. So again, if you take nothing else away from this joke, it's just fuck Disney, man. Fuck Disney could, without even putting a dent in their wallet, make all of their parks wheelchair accessible. But instead they're like, what's that? You want to be handicapped and enjoy the most magical place on earth? Nice try, Wheelie. Take that shit somewhere else. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Epstein's like, you're into some freak shit? So am I. Get on in. Alrighty, you guys stuck with me on that. I appreciate that. Most audiences do not like that ending. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell by everything about me, but I do spend an unhealthy amount of time on Reddit. Is anyone here on Reddit? Some of you, most of you live productive lives. That's good. So for those of you who don't know, Reddit is a social media website where all the most useless people on the planet hang out until it's time for their show at Magoo's. So my favorite subreddit is called Am I the Asshole? Have we heard of this? Yeah. So a couple years ago, I got in a big fight with my sister at a wedding, and I posted our argument on Am I the Asshole? And consensus was like 70-30 that I was not the asshole. But the top comment is what fucked with my head. The top comment said, You're not the asshole. You just have a hard time regulating your emotions. I understand you because I'm autistic too. Now, I am not autistic. Not that I know of, at least. Okay, that happened in January. In February, I was at an open mic in Bragg, and I had a great set. And a guy comes up to me afterwards, and he goes, "Yo, you took me by surprise." I'm like, "This autistic kid is funny." And in that moment, I just said thanks, because I didn't feel like trying to convince a stranger smoking outside of a comedy club that I wasn't autistic. I don't even know how I would do that. March, I wrote an article about my favorite Netflix show, I Think You Should Leave. Any Tim Robinson fans here?
Yeah.
Yeah, alrighty. Fellow weirdo, I like it. So I wrote that article, and one of the comments on the article said, "Tell me you're neurospicy without telling me you're neurospicy." And I'm like, what does neurospicy mean? It's like, we're all a little autistic, you know, we all got a little neurospice. It got me thinking, like, okay, like if the autism spectrum was like a hot wing chart, where would I fall there? Like if I am autistic, I'm like garlic parm autistic. Like I know some mango habanero autistics. I'm not that. But yeah, anyways, that was in March. April, I did my first road gig as a comedian. I went to Michigan and I bombed for 20 minutes. And afterwards, the bar owner comes up to me and she goes, "Honey, you were so funny up there. You killed it up there. But I have to ask, are you a little bit like me?" I was like, "Am I old and wrinkly and addicted to fentanyl?" No, I'm not. She goes, "Are you a little bit on the spectrum like me?" And I was like, at this point, probably. Because, yeah, I currently average about one, I think you're autistic a month, which is about as good of a diagnosis as I can afford right now. Yeah. I will admit, I was in one special ed class in high school. Once to guess what special ed class I was in. You know, just once I'd like someone to get that wrong on the first guess. Yeah, I was in special ed PE, like on the road at Argo. And the fucked up thing is, I didn't start in special ed PE. I started in regular PE for 2 years. And then junior year, they were just like, his mile's not getting any faster, so they sat my mom and I down. They're like, "Listen, Misty, your son's not retarded, but like his circulatory system probably is, so so we're gonna go ahead and stick him with all the other beautiful creatures God hath wrought. Maybe he could be like the fastest kid in special ed. I was not the fastest kid. Those mango habaneros, they are fast. A special ed gym teacher was like this. Did anyone here go to Argo or no? No, thank God. Okay. My special ed gym teacher was like this jacked Irish fella. His name was Matthew McMurray, and he had a nickname for me, Mr. McMurray, and that nickname was the IPG. Now, that stood for Italian Palestinian Gypsy. Which is is fucked up because I'm not Italian. I do moisturize with olive oil, but that's the Palestinian side of me. We make great olive oil too. Anyways, senior year, I tell Mr. McMurray I'm going to college in the city. I'm going to try to make it as a comedian. And he pulls me aside and he says to me very earnestly, he was not joking, he goes, "Hey man, what's going to happen to you if you get robbed in Chicago?"
Yeah.
Because I've been watching you run for 4 years. And I'm just going to be honest with you because I care. You're not out running a crackhead in Chicago. So you got to have a game plan. What's your game plan? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll learn a martial art or something. And he pulls me even closer and he goes, "Bud, don't tell anybody I told you this. But once you're old enough, you might want to get a gun. Just get a gun." A gun will save your life. Which I think does make me the only awkward, unathletic, possibly autistic Arab guy in America to ever have a public school teacher be like, "No, you should own a gun." Thank you. Thank you.